Hi guys, this is Mark Kennedy, and today we're going to continue our conversation about local SEO pages. So in the last video we talked about the concept of creating a local page for every area that you want to serve, and in this video we're going to talk about the execution of that strategy. So one of the things I mentioned in the last video is not forgetting the conversion rate. So when you make a local page, it's not just about local content, it's about the content that's going to drive these people to pick up the phone and call you and fill out your form, whether it's a free offer, whether it's your phone number, whether it's you're the best, and all these things that drive your conversion rate still have to be included and are the most important thing about a local page. Then once you have the content to the point where, okay, this is what I want my potential client to see or potential customer to see, then we could take this page and make it more local to the area we're trying to serve. So in this case, we're using Mount Laurel. So let's use this. We're going to use this page as I used in the last video as a Mount Laurel basement waterproofing. And in here, he's got everything that he needs as far as the address and his phone number. And if you're in his slogan, if your basement's a disaster, call us. And he's got the request consultation, and he's got his free generator offer. So he's got all his calls to action on this page. Now we have to take this page and make it local to Mount Laurel. Well, one of the first things we want to talk about is the content on the page. Okay, so the content on the page, obviously, we're going to have things basement waterproofing in Mount Laurel and a zip code, and we're going to talk about how we're the specialists in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. So if you're a dentist or if you're a personal injury attorney or whatever service or product you're offering, this is the time where you want to write down something that makes sense for your area. So personal injury attorney, Mount Laurel, or children's dentist, Los Angeles, or whatever area you're trying to service and whatever service you're trying to push for this particular page. You want to put that right in the top of the header so people know, hey, I'm a basement waterproofer in Mount Laurel, I'm a painter in Los Angeles, I'm a dentist in Philadelphia, all those things. And then you're going to repeat that process a little bit below, where you talk about anytime you want to talk about the location and where you are and what you do, then you're going to want to mention this and put this down. Write it down in your content or your Word document or instructions that you're giving to your webmaster to apply these changes to the page. So what's nice about making local pages is some of this process is going to be repetitive. So for example, you're going to be just doing basement waterproofing Mount Laurel, or basement waterproofing Philadelphia, or basement waterproofing Los Angeles, and making these local pages. And in some spots, you're going to just be changing the area you serve. But if you do that for the entire page, Google's going to hit you with a little bit of duplicate content. It's going to be tough to get these local pages to rank because they're going to see the same thing over and over again. So you're going to have places where there's going to be repetitive content, which is fine, but you're going to want to do things that have unique content. We're going to talk about some strategies to apply onto your page. So, what are some ways that you can take your local pages and make sure they're not exactly the same over and over again, but give them enough unique content so that you have pages that repeat the parts that you want to repeat, but then have other parts on the page that make them unique enough in Google's eyes so that Google understands that these are local pages for different areas. So, one of the things you can use is maybe you can change your offer for different pages. So, for example, if you're giving away 10% discount in this area, maybe you can say, okay, we're going to give you a $50 coupon off if you're in this area. Or we have some people who say, hey, we're giving away tickets in Trenton for the Trenton Thunder, or they're giving away Phillies tickets for people searching in Philadelphia. So you can definitely vary your offers is one way to do unique content. Another way is to do testimonials. So if you have a testimonial from Joe in Philadelphia and you have a testimonial from Frank in Los Angeles, put Frank's testimonial on Los Angeles page and put Joe's testimonial on your Philadelphia page. So basically, there's a lot of different ways you can vary the content. Testimonials is a good one. If you have any case studies that you do in certain areas, absolutely apply that to that page. If you do pictures of local projects you've done. So for example, if you're a painter and you painted a building in Los Angeles, make sure a picture of that painting or that building is on your Los Angeles page versus maybe a picture of a project you've done in Philadelphia. So there's definitely ways to vary your content and make it unique for every different local page. And make sure if you are using pictures or videos, or if you do video testimonials or videos of the work you do, that you label the videos correctly. So the picture of the building you painted in Los Angeles, make sure that the alt tag, and we'll talk about meta tags in another video, but make sure the name of the file of the picture has the town name in it. Make sure it's labeled with the correct alt tag to have the town name in it. Make sure it has a caption underneath about, hey, this is a building we painted in Los Angeles. And then do the same thing with your Philadelphia picture, but label it Philadelphia-wise. So same with your videos, make sure the video file has your town name in it. So all these things have the local feel and local keywords in the files that you're using on the page to make the content unique. Some other areas you can make the content unique on a local page is to, let's for example, if you're a mover, well then you can maybe have a weather widget on the page that's constantly updating so people know when they're going to move, or a painter can use a weather widget as well so they know what's the best time to schedule their appointment. If you're doing foreign local pages and you're dealing with different time zones, you can have a time widget on your page to talk about the different changes in time for different time zones throughout the country and throughout the world. And what's nice about these widgets is, like, for example, using the weather widget example, you're going to use a weather widget for Los Angeles on your LA page versus a weather widget for Philadelphia on your Philadelphia page. So the weather will be different, and Google will know that these are different widgets, different weather and different content coming from these areas. Again, just another signal to Google that this is a local page. And we'll list some of these resources for you as well. So, for example, if you wanted a weather widget for your page, you can just go to weather.com and sign up, and they'll give you a free widget to add to these pages. And it's pretty easy for you or your webmaster to install. So this local page you've created is going to be a mix of unique content, and you can get creative with that. You add different kinds of unique content, things you think that will apply to the page and make it unique enough from your other local pages. But it's going to have a lot of content that's repetitive, like your request consultation form or your BBB logo or your phone number. But what's nice about this is once you've created your first page, this is the template you can use for your other services areas if you're going to create 15 local pages or 20 or however many you're going to create. So you'll have, okay, I know that on every single local page I'm going to have this content, and then I'm going to have to change some of this content to make unique. So it's a nice template for you to use to make the further local pages easier to install and to apply, or for your webmaster to apply. So that's part of making a local page, and in the next video we're going to talk about the meta tags on your local pages, but first I wanted to touch on the content because that's the most important.